What it is, guys, it is your old boy Pilk, and I am coming at you with another Dokkan Battle video. This one is fairly late tonight, and maybe a little strategic? I don't know. This is a little embarrassing. I did say that I was going to go through Dokkan events every single day this week, and I've tried to do that as best I could. Tuesday didn't work out, but yesterday worked out pretty well. Now, we are talking today about the strength events. There's, what, half hour left in today as far as the actual Dokkan events go. I will level with you guys. Since this is a strength night, my AGL team sucks. My AGL team is absolute garbage. So, let's take a look here real quick. First things first, I could bash through this and utterly destroy this event if I had, take my time to look at Majin Vegeta. I ain't gonna do that. I'm gonna make this fair. Make this fair. And if I'm gonna do this right, I'm gonna do this basically like someone who's fairly new at the game coming at it. Now, I've got 2.5, I'd say like 2 1/10 great players on this team. Now, I am using androids as my lead. The LR androids, they are completely free-to-play units. They're fairly difficult to acquire, but once you acquire them, they're a thing. Not the best hitters, let's be real here. And they don't give stat increases. So, pretty much what they're good for is they're like max key. They're 4 key, so phenomenal in that regard. So I would consider them a very, very, very good unit. And I have the max SA, SA20, so I mean, a great unit all around. No arguments there. I also have on this team Vegito Blue. My max super attack Vegito Blue. I do not have him duped, but, as you see, I do have him in the dupe system. He is no joke. He's a heavy hitter. Great character. Then I have my strongest character of all, and I'm not even joking, Devilman. Now, his passive goes off about once a week on average for me. If he hits someone with that passive, it's over. That's a one-shot kill. He's going to one-shot anyone with that. But that's assuming he gets off the passive, and real talk, it's a big gamble. It's a huge gamble. Other than that, he doesn't do squat, so... Oop. Let's go back in there real quick. I inadvertently hit the home button. So, the rest of the characters, and I'll show you here in just a second when I go back in here. The rest of my characters are just kind of meh. I have Vegito, or Super Vegito, but I don't have him upgraded, and he's only a Super Attack 1. So, meh. He's a good tank. Can't be mad about that. I do have Oceana Shenron as my sealer. Phenomenal. Cannot be mad about that. But not a heavy hitter by a long shot. And doesn't even cause like huge damage. Just causes damage. So she'll do 4-figure damage. That's the thing. Finally, I do also have the Super Saiyan 3 AGL Goku, the old meta, the oldest meta. Super Attack 1 and non-upgraded. So, basically the way I'm coming at this is basically like someone who's been at the game maybe like a month or so. This is not going to be the cleanest run, but I will show you how well you can just decimate the Z-Hard runs with 1 or 2 great characters. Now, just to make sure I'm not, stacking the deck, I am running a Super Vegito friend, but he is upgraded, but he is still Super Attack 1. Not going to be all that great. He'll be a phenomenal tank, that's about it. So that's really where we're going with this. This is not an optimum team, this is not an optimum run, but we're going to see where we go. Now, do bear in mind, we do have 7 key. I have a 4 key lead and a 3 key friend. Plus, our friend does 50% boost. But that's the only boost I have. So, it is not an optimum team. This team will pretty much replicate what you can expect early on in game. That said, stay tuned and watch what happens here. I do suspect this is going to be a pretty easy win. The STR Dokkan events, not difficult. And worst case scenario, bring units or bring items. There's no shame in using items to win an event, none whatsoever. Especially if you're fairly new at the game. If you're fairly new at the game, it's almost mandatory. All right. Look at that. Goodness. There we go. This may or may not end it. Let's see what happens here. Ooh, nope, not quite. Okay. Landed the seal, so he can't super attack us. Not that I think he would, to be honest with you, but... That 41k damage? Oh, he's duped. How's he duped and only has a super attack 1? That's kind of ridiculous. Either way, not a huge amount of damage. Not a big hitter by any stretch of the imagination. Now, we are going into the strength event. This is where we have the type advantage. So this might be even easier if that's a thing. Okay. There's that. There be that. And that. Let's see what happens here. Now the tech version, that first version, where we are at a distinct disadvantage, went by pretty quick. So this might go by pretty quick too. But remember, only 2 characters are actual heavy hitters on here. And that's going to replicate, you know, a situation with most people. They'll have 1 heavy hitter, 1 amazing friend unit, and that's kind of about it. At least in my experience. Let me go ahead and clarify that. That is at least in my experience. There we go. Can Devilman get off his passive? Nope. That's okay. I never really expect him to be honest with you. Ooh, that hurt. Oh, man, look at that. And that is why we run mono agility. That is legit why. And even with a crap team on the Z-Hard, destroyed it. Now, you're not going to get that lucky with a super unit. Real talk, you're not going to get that lucky. So, start off with the Z-Hards, do that. Build that mono AGL team. Make sure it's a dual +3 or minimum +2 with stats lead. +3 key leads are the absolute best if you can manage it, but I get that's not always the case. I did have the unique scenario of the +4, but that really didn't make too much of a difference in the game this time. So that gives you an idea. Super duper duper easy. That's the Z-Hard events. Now, there are always the super events. I will touch on those later, and this one has a Super 2 event. Yada, yada, yada. Steer clear of those for now if you're not already familiar with how to do them. To do those, you are going to need a phenomenal AGL team. Now, the one last thing I do want to do here, and I'm going to keep this video fairly short tonight, like I said, make sure you're building those mono AGL teams. That was primarily... primarily hero unit? Irrelevant. It's a mix of hero and villain, but it is that AGL to overpower the strength. That's strictly all that was for. Now, as you guys know, I am Aftermath saying hard. Hard. So let's try this one more time. We're going to do a quick single. We're going to do one at the end of every video. Okay. If you're summoning along with me, take your finger, stick it at the top of the screen. That is one pod that is not promising. Drag it down. Now, do a figure 8 3 times across the screen like this. I lost track of where I was at. And once you have those 3 figure 8s done, blast it. This is going to be an R. Anyway, irrelevant. That's what we get. I'm going to go ahead and move on. That is the video. Guys, just make sure you're running those mono AGL teams. Monday, when the AGLs are available, I will be going ham on those events and upgrading like mad. Remember, you do get a stone every single day for running Dokkan events, so make sure you are doing these Dokkan events while that stone is available. Daily worth. Other than that, guys, the usual. Got my Birdman. Hit me up a Booker, and I will lay your ass out next time.